We start with President Obama's less than lame performance in this post-election session of Congress. U.S. Congressman Barney Frank, a Democrat from Massachusetts. Congressman, you're a veteran member of the Congress. You know what a good year is, what a bad year is, what a good lame duck is, what a bad one is. How's this square up?
Oh, it's been a great year from the standpoint of public policy. Let's not forget, this is the year in which, obviously, I had a personal stake, financial reform. We did more for consumers. The bill that was signed into law by the President in July does more to empower consumers to ensure that they get fair treatment as investors, as borrowers, than anything that's been done previously. I think the health care bill was very important. People may disagree with it, but it was a significant accomplishment. Getting rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, in addition to having done a hate crimes bill earlier this year, is a very important step. Getting rid of Don't Ask, Don't Tell basically gets rid of one of the major discriminatory laws on the books, and it has broader implications, because what it says to America is, you know what, gays and lesbians can serve in the military, and if you can do that, you can do anything because of the skills and the courage that takes. So I think it's been a very good year. Now, there have been some problems. The budget situation has been negative, and what we've seen in the lame duck is the Republicans getting into a kind of reflexive opposition. You correctly pointed out the surprising nature of their initial objection to not rewarding, but paying medical bills for police and firefighters, people whom they would have considered their constituents. And can I just add, Chris, on this whole lame duck thing, the notion that it's somehow illegitimate to do anything important in a lame duck, if you believe that, you must think impeaching the President of the United States is unimportant, because the Republicans not only did that in the lame duck session of 1998, one of the 3 counts that they adopted against President Clinton would not have passed if the people elected the previous November had been the voters. So on the whole, if you look at the accomplishments, it's been a very significant year.
I love history. Thank you for that. I had forgotten that it was done in a lame duck session back in '98 by people who were held over, who had been beaten in some cases. Let me ask you about this. I love what you just said about DADT, because I've always been trying to figure out, growing up as you and I did in the years since World War II, how certain ethnic groups were able to get through. Catholics and Jews, to a large extent, became much more assimilated because of their service in World War II, which was so gowned and so integrated, if you will, in the main battle. And now if you have gay men and women who are involved in defending the country, that creates another new revolution of assimilation, where people are recognized for having done what they've been allowed to do.
No, it's absolutely right. By the way, I've always wondered what would have been the situation if I or another gay or lesbian official had said, we have this important idea, let's exempt gay and lesbian people from having to defend the country. You talk about people complaining about special rights. They had conferred on us, over our objection, the special right of all time, whether there was a draft or not. But yes, I was reading the comments, a young Marine, an 18-year-old, who said, well, I'm against this because, you know, we're macho, we're Marines, and gay men are girly. Now, I will confess that I left my purse at home, and I'm sorry I didn't live up to his prediction.
But, well, there's the quote of the night.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Barney. I'm sorry.
Giving gay and lesbian people a chance to show, in the most important and challenging thing you can do in America, that we really are like everybody else except for our choices about what we do in intimate moments, that's a very important breakthrough. This will do more to help us destroy the myth. And, you know, look, reality is the enemy of prejudice. And this is one more step in enabling us to present a reality that will help diminish prejudice across the board.
Let me ask you about this, about the presidency. I know you've studied it. I mean, you're a legislator and you're a senior legislator, but when you look down the avenue, Pennsylvania Avenue, iconically at that White House, is there something missing in terms of executive oomph? Are there too many flacks there, to be blunt about it? Too many people like Axelrod and Gibbs who are pretty good at their jobs, but they're the only people you see are the flacks. Is there enough executive structure down there? The Republicans seem to be so much better at bringing in really heavyweight chiefs of staff like Baker than the Democrats. Do you think they should make a change in that direction, the Democrats?
Two things. Let's, when we judge President Obama and his successes, not forget, Chris, you've been there when you were here, this notion that everything takes 60 votes is really an extraordinary de facto wrenching of the American Constitution. This is, people shouldn't take this for granted. This is fairly recent. The notion that everything takes 60 votes, that's really extraordinary, and it puts great stress on the whole system. Secondly, and let me come to the defense, I hope people in your business won't be offended, but we don't choose who's on in the media. The media chooses. There are very substantive people. I work very closely with Sean Donovan, the Secretary of HUD. One of my regrets is that I haven't had a chance to do as much in the affordable rental housing area. We've done too much home ownership and not enough rental housing. But Sean Donovan is a superb, effective public official. But there's nothing scandalous about what he does. I think Tim Geithner, here's an example of someone who was kind of caricatured early on, who will be seen as a great, successful Secretary of the Treasury in what's been done in terms of these things. So, yeah, there are a lot of substantive people there. They just don't get as much attention as I wish they would. Not for their lack of trying, but because that's the way things play out.
Touche. Thank you, Congressman Barney Frank. Happy holidays to you, sir. Thanks for that update on everything. In fact, a great capitalization of what happened this year. Thank you for joining us tonight.